Welcome back, we are the Vegan Diners. On a recent family holiday to Orlando, we flew with British Airways and got to sample their vegan offerings on their long-haul services. As vegans, we are always apprehensive when ordering a meal on a flight. We have heard too many horror stories of meals not being available or being provided with a meal that isn't actually vegan. So we always make sure to pack lots of snacks as a contingency. However, we were pleased to find that the meals we ordered were available on both our outbound and return flights. So here is the good, the bad and the downright tasteless. On our outbound journey, we were very pleased with what we received. We had a main meal, a small side salad, a bread roll with plant-based butter, an oat bar, a small dessert and a bottle of water. The main course was tofu noodles, which had a nicely flavoured sauce. This wasn't gourmet cooking, but was fine for an aeroplane meal. The tofu was a bit soggier than we'd have liked, but it seemed par for the course for aeroplane meals. The small bean salad had a vinaigrette which was tasty for what it was, and we were pleased to see beans as, like the tofu, it added some protein for the meal. The bread roll was your typical airplane roll, nothing special, but useful to dip into any leftover sauce from the noodles. It also came with a plant-based spread. Each meal came with a small bottle of red or white wine, which we checked and it was vegan. The wild berry oat bar was really tasty. It was sweet but also had the sharpness from the berries. The oats also provided additional protein, which is much needed on a long flight. To finish, we had the chocolate and raspberry mousse, which was a nice, rich and sweet way to end the meal. For the tea time snack, we were provided with a vegetable curry bake, which was probably the best thing we ate on the flight. It was flaky and had a really nice curry flavour. Overall, we were really impressed with the vegan offering on the outbound flight. It was decent for airplane food and we did not feel like we were missing out compared to the other passengers on board. After a wonderful 2 weeks in Orlando, we sadly had to head back home. Unfortunately, the food on the return journey was laughably bad. The meal consisted of roasted vegetables with potatoes, which had no flavour or any protein. A lettuce and tomato salad with no dressing, albeit there was a tiny slice of lemon. A rice cake instead of a roll, and a peach coconut dessert, which strangely lacked any sweetness or flavour. As soon as we saw that rice cake, we knew we were in trouble. In terms of quality and portion sizes, it did not compare with what the other passengers were provided. Thankfully, we had snacks, so we did not go hungry. For breakfast, whilst other passengers had a traditional breakfast-type roll, we were provided with a soggy and flat wrap with the same roasted vegetables as earlier. There was no seasoning, sauce or flavour. It was close to being inedible. Based on the meal provided by the US services at Orlando, you would think that being vegan meant you weren't just against animal cruelty, but also against protein and flavour. To make matters worse, despite there being plenty of eateries at the new Terminal C at Orlando Airport, there were barely any vegan options. Thankfully, our hand luggage was full of snacks, so we did not go hungry. It is worth pointing out that aeroplane meals are provided by the local country you are taking off from, so the return food was provided by a US company. Overall, this was a tale of two meals. The food on the return flight was tasteless, lacking protein and frankly insulting. However, the food on the outgoing flight was pretty decent and what you would expect from aeroplane food on a long-haul flight. The vegetable curry bake was really good and something we would purchase outside a flight if we knew it was available. Until next time, happy vegan dining!